the center of the universe and the Thrive15.com world headquarters. Let's go! Presenting the world's only business school without the BS, with optometrist and entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zellner and the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year in your ear, Clay Clark. It's the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170. 3, 2, 1, boom!
Oh, yeah. Tulsa, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show. This is your audio dojo of mojo and the place that you go to learn how to start and grow a successful business. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, what does that mean? I mean, what is that? It's okay, you just said it, but what does that mean? It means I was the former Small Business Administration Entrepreneur of the Year. So if you've ever gone to apply for a bank loan, typically the loans you get are called SBA loans. They're Small Business Administration sponsored loans. And the SBA is a government organization that helps advocate the growth of small business. And so I say all that to say that my wife and I have been very blessed and fortunate to have started and grown numerous successful businesses in the Tulsa area. And what we want to do is we want to invest our time and our energy on really giving back and to say thank you to the city of Tulsa and the state of Oklahoma, and to really teach you as the listener how to start and grow a successful business as well. And my wife and I, we believe so much in mentorship. Everybody has to have a mentor. And a guy who has mentored me from afar and up close in person is the guy right next to me. It's Dr. Robert Zellner. Sir, how are you?
Hello. Happy Tuesday, Thrive Nation. It's an honor to be here. We are so excited that you've tuned into the show today. We're actually wrapping up. I have 10 main business points when I give a speech, and people are like, what are your secrets to business? What's your secret sauce? I have 10 points, and of course a bonus 11, because I'm always going to give you a little bit more than you want. You know what I'm saying?
Here's how I see you using your rules and your these rules in business. I kind of see it as, if you've ever been around Dr. Zellner, there's three superpowers that the man has that are profound. I always kind of pinch myself and I'm like, I can't believe I just witnessed that. One is you have unbelievable time management skills.
Got to get her done. 2,
you have unbelievable decisiveness. Like once you get all the facts, you act.
Make a decision.
3 is you're able to take motion or action without emotion. I mean, it's not that you're an emotionless cyborg, but you're able to just act. And I think a lot of it's because you've taken the time to distill the things you've learned through your career of business, some of the mistakes you made, and you've put it into a system now, and you have these 10 rules, and it's almost like when you encounter these daily situations in business that we all encounter, you're able to make these quick decisions and manage your time effectively because you have these rules. And so we talked on the first yesterday about your first 5 rules. And if you missed it, you got to go to thrivetimeshow.com to listen to it again, because the first 5 rules that you laid out in your upcoming book called The Business Pig and on yesterday's show are profound. But today we're getting into rule number 6 through 10. So rule number 6.
Wait a second. Let's do a little quick recap of yesterday's show, because that'll lead us into, because we're going through 6 through 10 today, and so 1 through 5 was yesterday. Clay, why don't you recap those
sure.
for the audience?
Rule number 1, pigs get fat, hogs get butchered. Z, what does that mean?
Well, that means don't be greedy. You can listen to the show yesterday. We really break it down and marinate over it. We have some great quotes for some very, very famous people, and it deals with greed in business.
Now, rule number 2, be the pig at breakfast, not the chicken. What are we talking about?
And that talked about commitment. Your level of commitment as an entrepreneur. If you're listening out there and you're saying, I want to start a business, I'm telling you right now, you've got to be committed to it. And that's what that segment, and that's what we talked about that, and had a lot of fun breaking that down.
Rule number 3, know when to cook that pig.
It's all about celebrating. It's all about the journey of business. And it's all about celebrating it with your staff and being kind to your staff and saying, hey, listen, let's set a goal. When we hit it, let's party a little bit. Let's celebrate a little bit.
Now, rule number 4, batting cleanup, was the piggy bank.
The batting cleanup. It's a grand slam, hopefully. The piggy bank is delaying your gratification and saving some money, because if you're going to start a business, you need a war chest, i.e. money, i.e. capital.
And rule number 5, that's Cinco. Rule Cinco.
Cinco.
Showtime. Blue ribbon pig.
Hey, listen, bad stuff happens. And when you're dealing with the customer, you can't let the bad stuff that happen affect your affect the way you deal with that customer. You might say, hey, my friend called me a bad name last night. It's really upset me. You got to shake that off. It's showtime. In other words, you've got to shake off. You got to wash off the mud. You got to present yourself ready to go. As a business owner, you've got to be high and tight and showtime, because that appointment you have to sell your widget, or that customer that just walked in the door, called on the phone, is the most important thing in the world to you right then and there. You can deal with the mud and the bad stuff, the negatives, the problems. You can deal with that when you're away from the business transaction.
And now we move on to rule number 6.
Drum roll.
This, Justin. Here we go. It's big pig eats first at the trough. The big pig eats first at the trough.
What does that mean?
What are we talking about? What does that mean?
Well, in business, this is going to sound weird, and a lot of people don't understand this, and we're going to break it down today and make sure you get it. As the business owner, there's this triad of things. There's different categories of people that are in the business. There's the business owner.
The owner.
Okay. There's customers.
Okay.
And there's employees.
Okay, there's the three, the triumvirate there.
The triumvirate. Okay, so when you own your business, you're going to have you listening right now, the Thriver. We're going to help you start that business and grow it. But you're a component. You're one of these one things. Okay. And then you're going to have employees. All right. And then you're going to have what we call customers, i.e., the people you're selling to.
Got it.
And so many times people get the wrong order of who gets to go, what's the most important, and who gets served first. And that's what I mean. Big pig, it's kind of a funny analogy if you think about it, but the big pig, he walks up to the trough. He looks down at the trough and he goes, I think I get to choose. Oh, I like to slop down here a little better. He walks over there because all the little pigs are waiting for him to get to his spot. And then once he gets on his spot, then the other ones can kind of fill in.
I have some questions that I'm going to
We're going to break all that down. Don't worry. We're not leaving you out just at the trough.
I want to ask you this question because I know specifically I have talked to a Thriver who has a construction company.
Okay.
And they get calls on their cell phone from people who are having an emergency all the time.
Yes.
And if you're in construction, you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you installed an air conditioning unit for a customer last year, or you did some plumbing for them, or you built a house for them. And people have problems, 24/7. So the customer will call them at night, weekends. They're a small business.
Yes.
And so the business owner is to a point now where they're in their 50s.
Yes.
And they are continuing to react. So literally 7 days a week, because they've been in Tulsa for a long time. 7 days a week, there's always an emergency, and they're always on call. And oh, by the way, Z, they don't make any money. And I'd asked them, I said, why aren't you guys charging more money? Why aren't you guys charging more, A? And B, why are you personally available 24/7? And so I want to kind of relate that to your optometry clinic, because your optometry clinic is open, is it not, 7 days a week?
Yes, it is.
So how do you, A, balance, making money?
Yes.
And B, how do you offer great quality support to your customers without you personally doing it? What advice would you have for these guys?
Well, training, checklist, making sure you have the right order of management in place, and that people that are responsible. In other words, when the alarm goes off on the weekend, I'm not the first one called. I am called, but I'm not the first one called. But what I'm saying is, here's the thing. Okay. Here's the takeaway from rule number 6.
Got it.
If you're listening out there and you own the business, I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm going to let you in on a little inside knowledge.
Give it to us. I'm ready.
You are the big pig at the trough.
Okay, I'm the big pig at the trough.
Listen, if you're not number one in your business, if you're not making money, if you're not satisfied, if you're not being taken care of, if you don't have enough profit coming in, guess what happens to the business? Boom!
Now,
it shuts down. And so many people own the business and they put themselves last. They, they don't make enough profit because, I don't want to, charge too much for my thing, and I just, want to, I found a problem to solve, and I just, the problem's the biggest thing and the most important thing. It's not. You and the health of your checkbook and the health of your mental checkbook, that's your brain, is the most important thing.
And there's a thing behind that concept, because if you put yourself first, what I see a lot of entrepreneurs who are listening right now, you have maybe, according to, let's just go with the Small Business Administration.
Okay.
They did research on this, and they showed that in the city of Tulsa, 65% of the jobs that are created in Tulsa are created by small business owners. 65%.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
So you have a staff of 6 people.
Right.
It's more likely you have 6 people or 10 people and not 400.
Right.
So when you then do things where you say, hey, guys, we're open 7 days a week, but I will be off on Saturday and Sunday.
Correct.
And you will work on Saturday and Sunday. So you're working 5 days a week, but you're going to work, Wednesday through Sunday. I'm going to work Monday through Friday because I'm the owner, and
Right.
I'm going to be off on the weekend. And so the employee or the team member goes, well, how come that's not fair? I mean, you get the weekend off and I have to work every weekend?
Yeah.
That's not fair. How would you respond if you were asked that question from an employee?
Well, I understand it's your choice. That's the deal. That's the job. You could either take the job and work it with, a good attitude and be happy about it. I'm going to pay you for it. Or you know what? I'm sure Applebee's or Arthur Greeno may need you at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Or, there's another job that if you can get a different schedule, then have at it. But that is the job and the days that are worked. And I need you to have a good attitude. And that's the way it is. And, sometimes you find people that actually work in the weekend is because they go to school or that's the only time they can work, So there's a right fit out there for the schedule. But don't give up the fact that you're the big pig. You look at them and say, oh, I'm so sorry. You're right. I'll work the weekend. You only want to work Monday through Thursday and a half day Friday. Well, that's fair. If that's what you want. And that's what I see so many times. Maybe not that extreme, but I see so many times.
No, I see it that extreme. I as coaching clients, I see it that extreme, and I see it more so. I see these people who are working in the construction business.
Yeah.
Literally, a customer calls them at 8 p.m. They answer the phone.
Boom.
They go, thank you for calling such and such construction. And they go, I hate to call you at night, but I have an emergency, and I need you to come out. So then they come out and they fix the problem. They solve the problem. And then the customer goes, hey, since we use you all the time, can we go ahead and not pay for this repair? And they go, yeah, sure. And I see it all the time. They're letting the customers abuse them. And then on Monday, after working all weekend, the employee says, hey, I can't come in today. I have a problem going on. Can you fill in for me? And the owner says yes. And I see them being abused by the customer, being abused by the employees. And this is the kind of the business rule.
You're getting fired up about this.
This is a rule that I teach my coaching clients all the time. I say, listen, you can expect whatever you accept.
Correct.
And that is so hard to do, to change the expectations of what you're willing to accept.
Here's the thing. Most people start a job and they think it's a popularity contest. They're starting a job. They're starting a business. They're like, I just want everybody to like me. I just want to be loved. I just, gosh, I sure hope I don't disappoint anybody, Folks, you're starting a business. It's about making profit. It's about growing it. And it's also about keeping your sanity, keeping a plan, and also understanding that you are the big pig at the trough. You get to choose. You get to pick. It's your business. You're the boss. And sometimes making that transition from a coworker, trying to get along with everybody, to an employee, to a this, to that, you're the boss. You're the jefe, as we say.
Now, Z, I want when we come back, I want to really get your feedback on this because this is not a political show, and we're certainly not going to get into politics today. But during the election season, one of the things that politicians like to do is they like to throw out the concept of, I'm going to be the candidate that breaks the disparity between the executive pay and the employee pay. I'm the one who's going to bridge the gap. I'm the one who's going to bring income equality. I'm going to make sure that those executives and those business owners, those entrepreneurs, they're not making 10 times more than the average employee. I'm going to be the one who comes in there and who bridges the gap in income disparity. I'm going to spread the wealth because that's my deal. I'm going to make sure that people aren't getting huge bonuses. Meanwhile, they're making huge bonuses on the backs of their employees who work so hard. And I want you to kind of give some feedback out there to the entrepreneur who almost is starting to feel guilty that they're making 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 10 times more than the average employees.
Oh, we've got a great show and so much to talk about. Stay tuned at Thrivetime Show.
This show is brought to you by Adobe Creative Cloud. If you're a photographer, graphic designer, video editor, podcaster, business owner, or just creative genius, this is for you. All of your creative tools, all in one place. Creative Cloud includes the entire collection of creative apps for desktop, from favorites like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to new tools like Adobe Experience Design. Check this out. You can create podcasts seamlessly in high quality with Adobe Audition. Did you miss the exposure or looking to create a stunning and beautiful photo? You gotta download Lightroom. Okay. The latest release of Adobe Creative Cloud is here with incredible new features in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and all of your favorite apps, plus millions of Adobe stock assets and new premium images are built right in. So you can turn your brightest ideas into your best work fast. Make sure that you check out Adobe Creative Cloud. It's at adobe.com. Once again, Adobe Creative Cloud at adobe.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. This is your audio dojo of mojo. My name is Clay Clark. I'm the former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year. And Z, Dr. Z, do you know who is here? Do you know who has snuck into the box that rocks, my friend? Can you feel the aura and the presence of this magical princess of greatness?
Well, I tell you what, while you were listening to the commercial just a few minutes ago,
Yeah.
I was indulging, and now I'm on a sugar high like it's hard to measure.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my sugar count is like off the chart. I just had one of what was it, the cinnamon cookie,
Haley's Heavenly Cinnamon Roll Cookie, Dr. Z.
Oh, we love having Kat on the show with Barbie Cookies because she brings us. I've got the box right here.
Yeah, you do. If you're on Facebook Live, you can see the box right now on Facebook Live.
I've got the box of goodness, and there's a couple missing out of here. Clay and I just pounded them on the break, and I had the little Haley's
Cinnamon Roll Cookie.
Yeah, I'm on such a high, I can't even remember that, but it's so good. And Kat with Barbie Cookies. Welcome, Kat.
Thank you, Dr. Z.
Now,
Thrilled to be here.
Now, before we get into, we're going to get back into Dr. Z's rule number 6. He has 10 rules of how to run a successful business from his years building multiple multi-million-dollar businesses. He has 10 business rules. And before we get back into rule number 6, Kat, if someone's listening right now and they've never been to barbiecookies.com or they've never visited your store, where are you located, my friend?
We're located at 8393 South Memorial Drive, so we're just south of 81st and Memorial in the Renaissance Shopping Center.
And why is a box of Barbie cookies the perfect holiday gift for anybody out there who has any sense of class or style or patriotism, really? Why is it the perfect gift?
Because they're delicious, Clay.
Yeah, I mean,
delicious gourmet cookies. What's better than that?
I will tell you this. We buy them all the time for clients. I recommend that my clients buy it for their clients. Barbie cookies, it's the gift that keeps on giving, Thrivers. You got to go in there, get a box. If you've never been there before, they always give you samples. It's awesome. You got to check it out. Now, Z, we're talking about rule number 6, which is the big pig eats first at the trough. For someone who's listening right now who doesn't understand what this principle means, please reset it, my friend.
Well, here's what it means is that the business owner, you should come first. I know that sounds weird, but if you're not happy, if you're not making a profit, if you're not taking care of your needs, that's why you started the thing.
Okay, I'm going to argue with you.
That's why you started the thing.
I'm going to argue on behalf of Captain Passive.
Okay.
But Z, the overhead music, I chose the playlist because I really do like, that kind of jazz bar feel. But a lot of my employees don't like it because they say they have to hear the same playlist over and over and over. And so now I'm listening to their favorite songs so that they don't get upset at me. What would you say to that?
Yeah,
overall?
well, you definitely don't want to upset an employee because they always come in front of you. It's their needs above yours. You let them pick their own schedule. You let them pick how much that they earn. You just let them run the place because they are your... No. You're the big pig. And that means when the farmer comes out and slops the slop, you get to decide, where do I want to eat? Where do I want to? And then all the other ones kind of gather in around you. And I know that sounds weird, but it's a pig analogy. And you've got to put yourself first. If you're, if the big pig ain't happy, none of the pigs are happy.
All right.
Trust me on that. And then also we've got to also put, well, who comes next? What's the next pig at the trough? Is it an employee or a customer? And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs get it wrong too.
Who comes next? The owner's first. Who comes next?
This is going to freak some people out, but
Okay.
the customer comes next.
The customer comes next.
Yes.
Okay, so let's get into, break that down for us, my friend. What do you mean by that?
Well, the customer can fire you anytime he wants.
Oh, that doesn't seem very nice at all.
I mean, if you could fire, you know what? You have the right to fire the CEO of Walmart.
Just taking your dollar somewhere else.
Taking your dollar somewhere else. You can fire the CEO of Target.
Okay, now I want to ask
Sears.
Kat. I want to ask Kat because
J.C. Penney.
Kat's out there running a business. Okay, so she's running Barbie Cookies, and Kat, you started off. You're a school teacher. People
Correct.
are going, your cookies are so good.
Correct.
Then it's like all of a sudden it's you and a couple people, and now you got a big thriving team. You're opening your second location. Where's the second location going to be?
It's going to be in the Atlas Life Building downtown at 4th and Boston.
How excited are you about
cool.
this?
Oh my gosh, it's just craziness. We're thrilled.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
We're going to break this down. So you eventually kind of created a certain decor at Barbie Cookies. How would you describe the decor inside the Barbie Cookies location?
Kind of a shabby chic, I guess you'd say.
Kind of like barnwood, kind of
Sure, reclaimed lumber.
Okay, and tell us about the chandelier you have. What's that chandelier looking
So
like?
we have this awesome chandelier. When you enter the bakery above our baby bar, we have a chandelier made of cookie cutters that customers, family, and friends brought in, signed for us, and we hung it on this awesome chandelier.
Now, have you ever had a moment where an employee who used to work there or who works there now did not like the hours that you had to put on their schedule? You scheduled them for certain hours, or if you ever had an employee say, I don't like the music we're playing, or I don't like the hours you've scheduled before.
Absolutely.
Has that ever happened before?
Absolutely.
And was it hard for you, or is it hard for you to emotionally get through that when they don't want to do what you need them to do? I mean, is that hard? Or talk to me about that, because you're a lady who you didn't start off as an entrepreneur. You started off as a school teacher because you love teaching, and now you're the owner of a thriving business. Talk to me about, was that hard to do that?
That was so difficult for me to do because I wanted to accommodate their needs. And I just find it fascinating listening to Dr. Z and saying that the owner, that their needs come first. That was like foreign to me until I became a thriver. And then I realized, you know what? I need to change my thinking, or I am going to go crazy.
Crazy.
And I'm going to walk you through, because I know Kat, and I'm going to tell you that Kat is one of the kindest, most comparing, or most compassionate people. She's kind, she's compassionate, she's caring, she loves people. And I will tell you, if you, and I'm not saying Kat's done this, I'm talking about myself back in my early DJ career. I used to say, well, I remember talking to this one DJ, and I said his nickname was Z. It wasn't you, but his name was Z. And I said, so Z, what schedule do you want? And he goes, well, I'd kind of like to be off on Saturdays. And I'm like, well, you realize every bride gets married on a Saturday. And he's like, yeah, but I do want to work a lot. I need a lot of hours, just not on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So then I actually scheduled him for like Friday shows at bars and restaurants. And he's like, and I really would like to be done by 10.
Okay.
And I'm going, you can't. And then he's going, and then I need this next weekend off though because of this.
I got a thing.
And you literally go crazy trying to accommodate their needs. You cannot do it, Z.
You can't, and that's why this is so liberating. And just even like for Kat saying, I struggled with this until I finally just got my head wrapped around it and just embraced it. And once you embrace it and realize that being the boss is not a bad thing, and that being the boss is what you're about, and being the business owner, you have to put yourself first. And I know it sounds crazy, but until you do, you're not going to be satisfied. You're not going to be happy, And so that's an important concept. That's why it's one of my top 10.
We had a person the other day, kind of a new member of the team, and they said, hey, can we listen to a different kind of music? It's Christmas season, and I'd like to listen to a different kind of music. And I said, yeah, in the office, we listen to both kinds, R and B.
Yeah.
And they said, what? And I said, that's my favorite music. And so, what day? Because everyone gets off on, I think, the Friday before Christmas.
Yeah.
So I said, that's the day that we'll play Christmas music. Because I personally like R&B. That's me. And it's my business. I work here. I pay the bills. So I want to listen to what I want to listen to. And I'm just going to tell you what. If you own a business, you're going to be working all the time. You're going to be going through hell to start that thing. You might as well enjoy the music they're playing overhead, Z. You got to enjoy your own overhead music, my friend.
Embrace the fact that you owe a little Michael Jackson.
Oh, wow.
See, here's the big picture.
Are you a business owner? You need to ask yourself right now, how are you backing up your files and important
When we come back,
documents?
we're going to get even deeper
Most
into this
businesses
concept
have
of the big pig
no
eats first the
system
trough.
for the files in their business. If this is you got to use Dropbox. At least sign up for one of their 30-day free trials. Real talk, it's the secure file sharing and storage solution that employees and IT administrators trust. You get as much space as needed at no additional cost. You get unlimited file recovery and versioning, basically creating new versions, and valuable admin controls for secure sharing and collaboration with Dropbox for Business. You got to check this out. After using Dropbox, you'll definitely feel more secure knowing that a virus or power surge can't ruin your computer and your entire business. Try full access to Dropbox Business for 30 days. Head over to Dropbox.com to get started. Again, Dropbox.com to get started.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show. This is your audio dojo of mojo and the show that you listen to learn how to start and grow a business. See, many of you have been listening to politics. You've been spending a whole year going, Hillary, is she going to win? Trump, is he going to win? Rubio, is he going to win? What's going to happen? They're going to do a recount. What's going to happen? Immigration, should they build a wall? Should they not? Oh no, what's going to happen? You're going, I need a change. I need to focus on some things that I can learn or listen to during the day that I can actually control. I want to learn about some things, some variables that if I learn these principles and I apply them in my own life, I can actually begin to have success. Because according to Forbes, 57% of our listening audience, 57% of Americans want to start a business at some point. And so you've tuned into the Thrivetime Show, and I'm going to tell you what, you're in for a treat today. Z, can you tell us about can you tell the listeners about the treat that we received from our special guest today?
Well, there's multiple treats, by the way. And what we love to do on the Thrivetime Show is we love to take local, successful business and get the owner on and just let them give you some of their little secret sauce, or in this case, secret cookie dough, because we have the founder and owner of Barbie Cookies, Miss Kat Graham, and we love having her on the show because she's a sweet lady and a fun lady, and we love her story. Her story is so awesome, her testimony. But she brings us cookies, and they're really, really good.
Yeah, we're going to be booking her tomorrow, and then the next day, and the next day. We just love those Barbie cookies. Now, Kat, for people who don't know who you are, tell them about Barbie Cookies and how you got started in the business.
Well, I started baking about 25 years ago when I was teaching school and raising my kids, and people along the way would just over and over again say, Kat, you need to open a bakery. And I'm thinking, really? I don't know anything about business, and I'm raising kids and teaching school, and when am I going to do that? But about 7 years ago, it happened. And
when you say it happened, what happened?
Well, I was in a women's Bible study, actually, and my business partner, Kelly, was in that Bible study with me, and I just happened to say, does anyone need cookies for the holidays? And she said, well, do you have a website or a commercial kitchen? And I said, no. And she said, well, okay, let's make that happen.
Next thing you knew, it's business time. It's a
business
business.
Time. Yes.
And did you start the business at a good time in your life? Was it the perfect time to start a business?
Oh, no.
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 And for anyone listening right now,
No.
and I won't put you on the spot with all the details, I'm going to say for anyone listening right now, there's never a perfect time to start your business. There's Monday, there's Tuesday. There's Wednesday, there's Thursday, there's Friday, there's Saturday, there's Sunday, but someday never happens in the calendar. And so you just started right where you were with the tools you had, and now Barbie Cookies, you're on the verge of opening up location number 2. Where's location number 1?
Location number 1 is at 83rd and Memorial.
Oh, wow. And if people come in there, if they've never been there, if they've never been into Barbie Cookies, what can they find inside there?
They can find about 25 different types of gourmet cookies. Delicious gourmet cookies, might I add.
Yeah.
And just some great folks in there. Great customer service,
great
atmosphere.
Let me say this. What better way to say I love you this holiday season than with a gift of a box of Barbie cookies? Go to barbiecookies.com. All right, Z, we're moving on here. So we're moving on. Rule number 6, okay? Rule number 6, we're just deep diving in one more time.
Oh, gosh.
The big pig eats first at the trough, meaning the owner, you got to put your needs ahead of everybody else. But second, here comes the customer. They're the second pig at the trough. Talk to us about why this matters to keep this in the right order.
Well, it matters because here's the deal. Part of my MO on my optometry clinic is convenience. So we're open on Sundays. To be very honest with you, I really don't have a lot of my employees that are saying, ooh, I'm so glad it's open on Sundays. That's such a convenient day for me. The doctors are like, oh, I want to see patients on the weekends. I want to see patients on Sundays. But you know what? The patients that come in that have to come in on the weekend and say, oh my gosh, we're open 7 days a week. It's a huge thing for them. So by putting the customers ahead of my employees, wants. And now I'm able to service many more customers, many more patients in that. Also, too, you got to understand that the employee can't fire you.
Oh.
The employee can't fire you. The customer is the one that can fire you. It's the customer that pays the bills.
I have a very powerful, passionate story that's very near and dear to my heart that I would like to share about this concept.
Are we going story time?
It is going to be a story time. Here we go. This is probably
Story time.
Probably 6 months ago. There's an employee in our office. We have 2 monitors. Every employee, you have one screen, where you can type and edit and work on what you're working on for graphic design, and then there's another screen. We have 2 screens because Carnegie Mellon research has shown that people are more effective when you have 2 screens. Okay, you don't have to minimize and drag windows, and I won't belabor you with the point. The point is 2 monitors is more effective. So this guy, he's watching movies on the left screen. One of the movies he's watching was American Beauty with Kevin Spacey. And have you seen this movie? Do you know about this movie, Z?
Yeah, it's been a while, but I've seen it. Sure.
Okay, there are a couple scenes on the movie that are not appropriate for an office environment, and so he's watching the movie.
Okay.
Well, we have many rules. One is that you can't watch a movie during the workday. 2, you can't be watching that movie in the workday. 3, whatever. So I walk up to the guy and say, hey, young man, I want to make sure you're aware you can't be watching movies during the workday. The second monitors so that you can be more effective at your job. And he says, well, I just was listening to it while I was working. And I said, and I get that, but I want to make sure you understand the profundity of what you just told me. I am your boss. And if I said, today I want you to sprint around the building until you vomit, that's what you would need to do because I'm the boss. And don't push back here. You need to turn that off. And he goes, well, I don't want to. So we had a wedding that we had to do for Epic Photos that weekend. And so because I'm a smart guy, I like to think I'm kind of a smart guy, I decided, hey, you know what? I want you to go ahead and just watch that video as much as you want.
Sure, watch it up.
Enjoy it. Have a good time.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey.
Another employee pulls me aside and goes, are you kidding me? You're going to let him watch a video? The hypocrisy. He's watching a movie at work,
Yeah.
The hypocrisy. I said, yeah. And then so I let the guy go, take photos at the wedding. We had a very busy weekend. October is very busy, the wedding business.
Busy.
And then we got to the end of October. November's a slow season for weddings.
Well, imagine that. Yeah.
You have to send them on commercial shoots and these kind of things.
Yeah.
And I pulled him aside and I said, hey,
Billy.
I said, Billy, we'll go use the name Billy. I said, hey, how you doing? Good. Hey, do you want to watch any more movies? And he goes, yeah, I do. Great. Because you can watch it from home. Because you are fired.
Boom.
And that's the deal. And I do that all the time. It's just like
you said some magical things in that little story time that you did.
Still hot about it.
And you are passionate today.
Yeah.
We pushed some, but this pig stuff's really doing you well.
Yeah.
I mean, getting you going.
That's my spirit animal.
But what you did is this. Why didn't you just walk up to him and he gave you pushback and said I wouldn't stop the movie right? Why didn't you just fire him right? Why didn't you just say, well, get your crap and get out of here? Why didn't you do that?
Well, I used to do that as a young man. And what I'd find is I would end up working 24/7, 7 days a week. I'm working because I'm just firing people who are not compliant.
Yeah. So you did the right thing. In your mind, you fired that young man right then, but you made sure you went through the filter of what? And I say this all the time. You went to the filter of what's best for the business.
Ooh.
Long term, it wasn't best to have him here because he was teaching all the other employees that 1, your word didn't matter.
Yep.
2, you're an ineffective leader.
Oh.
And 3, they're the boss. Right?
Yes.
But you also showed them that you're bigger than that and that you're smart enough to know when to actually fire him because what's best for the business.
Now, I have a notable quotable from John D. Rockefeller, the world's wealthiest man during his lifetime. He says, every right implies a responsibility. Every opportunity an obligation, every possession a duty. I'm going to sum this up for you. If you're a business owner, you have a responsibility to make sure that you are the first one at the trough and the customer is the second one at the trough and the employee is third. Now we come back, we're going to deep dive into rule number 7. And do you want to know what Z's rule number 7 of business is? Well, I'd love to tell you, but you're going to have to come back, Z, after the break to learn rule number 7.
For the professional-looking man out there, this is for you. Are you tired of waiting for hours in disorganized barbershops around town? Are you maybe looking for an upscale haircut experience instead of being treated like a little kid? If either of these thoughts crossed your mind, then Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is for you. The Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is proud to offer a variety of packages and memberships for discerning men and regular customers who wish to maintain their tailored look while receiving discounts off of services and products. They're going to bring you in, they'll offer you a beverage, identify your style that you're going for, get you a tailored haircut from one of the professional stylists, wash your hair, and then style it afterwards so you could even go back to work. The experience is awesome. They even do cool things for members like a free nape shave on Mondays or a peppermint oil scalp massage on Tuesday. Check out one of the locations near you and book an appointment. You can check them out at eitrlounge.com or just dial 918-877-2219. Seriously, you're going to love it. 918-877-2219 or visit eitrlounge.com to book an appointment today.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to your inspiration station. You could be listening to politics, but instead you've decided to learn about some things that you can actually apply in your own life. You see, Thomas Edison, the guy who started that little company called GE, the guy who invented the light bulb. Some of you might be saying, he stole that from Tesla. Actually, he didn't invent it. Well, that could be true. But he also invented the recorded audio, recorded video. Some of you go, well, he stole that too. Well, he has the patents on him. The point is, Thomas Edison says that vision without execution is hallucination. So are you hallucinating or are you executing your vision? That's the question. And today we're teaching you Dr. Robert Zellner, his 10 rules for business. He has 10 rules he's distilled through his career in business, and they're going to be featured in his upcoming book called The Business Pig. And so we're breaking it down like fractions. And Dr. Z, we have a very special guest with us, Miss Kat Graham of Barbie Cookies. And here we go. Rule number 7. Pig in the mud, happy as. Lover, not a fighter. Be a pig in the mud. Z, what are we talking about, be a pig in the mud? What does that mean?
Well, here's what that means, is that if you're a pig and you're in the farmyard, where's your happy spot?
Mud.
Boom. Boom. Now, you might say to yourself, what does that have to do with business?
Well, I think a lot of pigs in business, a lot of people are listening to the show who own pig farms all over the state of Oklahoma.
We could actually have a pig farmer listening to the show. I'm sure we do all around the world.
That's right.
And they're like, yes, this is my show.
Yes,
Finally. Some pig love, some love for pig farmers. No, what that means is this: be purposeful in your environment of your business. In other words, if you're not happy when you're in your business, then you can't be happy. And happy is so important as a business owner. What I mean by that is this, is that let's say you allow your employees to set the lightings, control the music, arrange your office. I mean, you let other people set up your environment.
Oh boy.
And that's not the way it is. What the farmer does, puts the water in the mud, and then the pig goes. He's got a choice of either getting in it or not getting in it, right? But he's happy when he's in it. So you need to be purposeful in your environment. And then what that does, it leads to this. It leads to the idea now that you are happier in your environment, and it's easier to be a lover, not a fighter. When you're happy, it's easier to be a lover and not a fighter. So we're kind of breaking down a couple things there. It's kind of a big concept. We're going to marinate on.
I want to go. I want to go to the Darth Vader negative side, and we'll go to Kat with the positive side.
Okay, all right. I like that. All
right. Those of you who know or are listening, I'm a co-founder of Elephant in the Room, the men's grooming lounge. I'm also the founder of DJ Connection, Party Perfect, which is now Party Pro. Anyway, I go on, but I just give you some examples. These are some things. This is one example. The Elephant in the Room, our men's grooming lounge, it is the self-actualization. As if you've ever been to college and you studied Maslow's hierarchy of needs, the bottom level is food, shelter, and as you move up, your goal is to be able to have self-actualization, meaning that you get to live a life that you like.
Yes.
And my brother-in-law, he is obsessed with beard oil, beard balm, historic barnwood, local craft beer. He's got this Mojo hot towel treatment, straight razor shaves. He's got this whole Amish paradise he's working on with the beard oils. Yeah. He's all about essential oils. And I'm telling you what, the Elephant in the Room men's grooming lounge. By the way, if you're listening, your first haircut is $1. The first haircut is $1. There's 3 locations. It is him.
Yes, and if he were a pig, that is his little pile of mud.
That's his mud.
That's his mud.
And that seems kind of positive. Now let's go to the dark side. I built a company called DJ Connection, and one of the things, the DJ Connection that I had when I owned the business, was I wanted every single rep to make 100 calls a day, and it irritates me. I cannot stand employees who are playing video games or who are on skateboards and doing things. I just can't stand it. And so when I sold the business to somebody else, and he did a great job, and the business is doing very well now, but we have different things that we value. So for me, if you played video games at work, I seriously would fire you and yell at you. Like, I would just happen immediately. I would yell at you. I can't stand it. Seriously. And if you brought a skateboard into the work floor, I would be yelling at you. You would be afraid to bring that in the office. Now, he, though, has that culture where he likes that kind of thing. He likes where people can play video games and they get to bring their airsoft guns to work and shoot each other in the parking lot. And he just likes to have kind of this casual atmosphere. And there's not a right or a wrong, but I'm telling you, when I sold the business, I had to kind of wipe my hands clear of it because I can't be around an office where people are riding skateboards inside the workplace.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Because it wasn't my dojo of mojo. So, Kat, I want to ask you, what is your mud, figuratively speaking? What is it? What about Barbie cookies are you intentional about creating that you love so much?
I love that it's a positive environment, Clay. I love that when you walk in, it's clean, it's inviting, it smells great because we're a cookie bakery.
Oh, yeah.
The music is playing.
What kind of music do you like to play, just as a kind of overall genres?
Well, my favorite is our jingle.
Oh, your jingle.
Sure.
It's celebrate life, it's always delicious. Barbie's cookies.
That's
Ooh,
it. That's
nice
it. Nice
jingle.
job.
Nice jingle.
That's great.
You know, Kat, one time you told me that it's like you wanted it to be like you're walking into your grandmother's living room / kitchen.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And you know what? When you said that, I just got a warm fuzzy when you told me that. I mean, who didn't like walking? You know, you walked in your mom's, you had that aroma of cookies coming out. Your grandma was cooking. I mean, it was just like, oh, it was a safe place.
Sure.
If you're not on Facebook,
fun.
if you're not on Facebook Live, get on Facebook Live right now. But we're going to go through your box here.
Awesome.
Talk to me about your box. You have kind of how would you describe this brown color?
So that is like a chocolate brown box.
Is there a certain color of brown that's not chocolate brown? Are there many colors that were the wrong color?
Yes.
So this chocolate brown matters to you.
Yes, it does.
And this blue, was this blue? What would you call this color?
It's like a Carolina blue.
Carolina blue is the color, right?
Yes.
So if Z and I just put a navy blue, that wouldn't work.
No, sir.
And
no.
the words on here, it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one only son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life." John 3:16.
Yes, sir.
Why is that on this box? I thought I was buying cookies.
Sure, because we believe deeply in that verse and felt like that's part of us. That's part of the business. So we felt it appropriate to put it on our packaging.
Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to argue with you on the air. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
In-N-Out Burger, the founder of In-N-Out Burger, was a communist sympathizer. For those of you who don't know that, he sympathized with communism. And then he had an epiphany where he changed his worldview and he became a Christian. So to this day, on the wrappers on a hamburger or at the bottom of the cup, he puts Bible verses on the cup and the wrapper. And he was so intentional that he made it in the bylaws, they could not change it ever. So even though he's dead and the new ownership no longer holds that belief, he did that. And I'm just saying is that doesn't mean that he's right or he's wrong. But In-N-Out Burger, if you've ever been to it, they're making no innovations to the menu. It's the same thing. It's actually in the bylaws. They cannot change the menu. It's the same thing over and over, but it is his mud.
It is his pit of mud. It's his business. It's your business. You can do with it as you want, okay? And so many people are like, oh, I don't want to. Hey, it's your playground. It's your backyard. If you want to hose it down and make a big pile of mud, get like a pig would like to do it, get on in it.
And one thing that you've taught me, Z, I've watched you do it, is you love to wear soccer jerseys.
Yeah, I'm wearing one right now.
Yeah, soccer.
Italia.
Okay, and you love to wear soccer-themed, apparel. And I know many people that are saying, they might not say it out loud to you. Maybe they've said it to you. But
yeah, they have.
You've served on the board at a bank.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in situations where maybe the professional attire that most people would wear would be
when
like
I walked
a
that
suit.
first board meeting with my soccer jersey on, I mean, you should have seen the looks that I got. They're like, who is this character?
Yeah, but you know what? You've worn the scrubs. You've
Oh,
done
yeah.
that. You've checked that box.
The white jacket.
You've dressed in that professional,
Sure.
But now you've got to a point where you no longer need to, and now you've created your own mud, your own atmosphere, and you're now able to self-actualize. And I just get the feeling that you don't feel bad that you no longer even wear the uniform that you require your own people to wear.
That's absolutely correct. And the second half of Pig in the Mud is that when you've designed that and you're laying there in the mud, it's hard to find a pig that's not happy. And when you're happy, I'm telling you what, folks, as a business owner out there, I've encouraged all the time to be the lover, not the fighter. And you can do that when you've been purposeful in creating your atmosphere that puts you in a good mood. Because what's going to happen is difficulties are going to arise.
Okay.
You're going to have customers that have been treated poorly.
Yep.
You're going to come up with someone who wants to fight with you about something. Whether it could be even an employee. It's definitely going to be a customer at some point.
Yep.
And I'm telling you right there, I'm telling you in life, if you have been purposeful in creating your environment, you're happy to be there at work, you're in a good mood, we're doing showtime like we said earlier in the show. I mean, I think it was yesterday's that we covered that one. But the thing about it is it's easier to be a lover and not a fighter. And when you're a business owner, I'm telling you this right now, it's so much easier not to fight, because what will happen is that when you have a problem, as long as you're taking the high road,
Yeah.
you'll never take the wrong road.
Oh.
And being nice and being the lover, not the fighter, is the way to go. We'll unpack more of that when we come back.
Now, Thrivers, I want you to take the challenge. I call this the Barbie Cookies Christmas Challenge. You go over there to Barbie Cookies at 83rd and Memorial. You go in there and you buy a box of a dozen cookies. And if you do that, then you come over here to the Thrive15.com world headquarters. I'm going to give you a free copy of my most recent book, Thrive. You can go get a dozen cookies. I'll give you a free copy of my book. It's going to be a game changer. It's for this week only. It's the pre-Christmas gift that keeps on giving. Get over to Barbie Cookies.
Okay, managing your money has not been easier. Mint.com is the solution to ambiguous and blind money management. You can effortlessly create budgets that are easy to stick to, or even use one that they make for you. Design budgets that are appropriate for now and put you in position to succeed in the future. Get notifications for weird account charges and receive personalized tips for eliminating fees and saving more money. Check your credit with a free credit score and explore what you can do to improve it to be able to purchase the things that you really want later. Link up the app on your phone, and money management on the go has never been easier. You can even link up your portfolio accounts so you can see your bank accounts and stock values side by side. Mint.com, you got to go check it out, and you can sign up for free. Again, that's mint.com, mint.com. Go sign up right now. It's definitely a game changer for money management.
Broadcasting from the center of the universe, featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark. This is the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrivetime Show. It's business school without the BS. This is Tulsa's only local business radio show and the Dojo of Mojo faux show. For many entrepreneurs out there, it's a place where you can come to on a daily basis, and you know that you're going to get some positive training, some positive, actionable education, and really it's going to give you those step-by-step instructions that you need to implement to start and grow a successful business. But today, I am super, super excited about today's show because Dr. Robert Zellner has been... Z, how long have you been an entrepreneur in the Tulsa area? How long have you been...
25 years.
So for 25 years. And let's just kind of walk through your career briefly of how you built this string of multi-million-dollar businesses. So your first business that you started was what?
Dr. Robert Zellner and Associates. It's an optometry clinic. Now has 2 locations and 8 optometrists that work in the business, open 7 days a week.
And your second business was what?
Auto auction.
Makes sense. You look at the human eye all day, the retinas, the corneas, and then you're like, oh, get into automotive. That makes a lot of sense. How'd that happen?
Yeah, you just you connect the dots. It's a long story. You know what? One of these days we may tell the story of all that. But,
okay.
But it's called Z66 Auto Auction. Then I went to Dr. Z's Sleep Center. It's a diagnostic sleep center where we help people sleep at night better.
All very logical.
Very, very logical. Then we have A to Z, which is a DME company. What's DME mean?
Durable
DME.
medical equipment.
Oh, well done,
Hey.
young man. So we sell all kind of medical equipment in that, predominantly CPAP machines, because guess what? We have people over here that are sleeping and may need one, and now I have a business. Oh, well, we can actually provide that. So, and I have a couple of those DME companies, and then I have a ranch south of town where I raise and race thoroughbred horses, Rockin' Z Ranch.
And you've invested in a bank. You've invested in an online education school, Thrive15.com.
Yes, and Thrive 15 is the latest thing, and now we actually have a radio show because you know how I can prove that? You're listening to it right now.
Now, see, the thing is that you've been able to live the American dream, and I think a lot of people want to say, well, how much money do you make, and how do you manage your time, and that's kind of more of a TED Talks thing. We're talking about the stuff behind the stuff, and you have distilled your 10 rules. You put down your 10 rules. These are your 10 rules for business, and we are hopping into rule number 8 of your 10. Rule number 8 of your 10.
Yeah. Well, we still got to wrap up number 7.
Okay.
I want to punch home. I want to punch home something else.
Punch it home.
I'm going to punch home something there. I'll tell you what. When a customer comes to you with a problem,
Yep.
you can fix it little, or you can wait till it becomes a bigger problem. Because nowadays, some people they just get worked up, and they're just looking for an outlet for their anger, and they've way exploded on something that they really shouldn't have exploded that much on. A problem that one of your employees did. They dropped the ball.
Oh.
And anytime you drop the ball, what you've done is you've taken the hammer. I've got my pen, which is going to signify hammer. And I'm going to hand my pen to Kat. And what I've done now is said, I've made a mistake, and I'm going to give you the hammer. And then you know what? When they swing it and they hit you in the head, you're always like, ow! You weren't supposed to do that. Nobody ever swings a hammer. I know I gave it to you, but, that wasn't very nice. The point is that one of your employees is going to drop the ball. You're going to drop the ball. Your business is going to drop the ball, and you're going to have a problem. Now, you can be a lover in that problem, or you can be a fighter. And what I'm encouraging to do, and this is that pig in the mud, because pig in the mud, he's happy. He's loving life. He ain't hating nobody. No time. So be a lover and address the problem head on. Be kind, be nice, and fix it. Fix it quick.
Okay.
Fix it fast,
and
it'll be less expensive.
I'm going to give you some examples. The elephant in the room, our men's grooming lounge.
Okay.
Guys come in for haircuts.
All right.
And we've won a lot of awards for top quality haircuts.
Because we're top quality haircuts.
Well, we train all the time on it, and my brother-in-law is obsessed with it. And I would encourage you, if you're listening right now, take the challenge. Come on in. It's a $1 for your first haircut. Come on in, try it. See if it's not a superior experience. But you know what? Occasionally, we miss the mark. And occasionally, we're not perfect, right? Okay, so
it happens.
But my brother-in-law is so good about responding quickly.
Yes,
and he constantly is like dwelling on this. You feel like you're in the same motivational talk every Thursday morning because he's going, guys, if there's a problem, tell me immediately and I will deal with it. He's always preaching that to his managers. See, why is it so important that you respond quickly when there's a customer service problem? Why do you need to respond as fast as possible?
Can I tell you a horrible story?
Okay, yeah. As long as it involves you and not my businesses.
My turn.
Okay.
My turn. So we had an older lady come into the office, and we dilated her eyes.
Okay.
And she had what we call an angle closure attack. And, we're open 7 days a week. She goes home, takes a nap, and wakes up, and she has pain in her eye, and it's a problem, right?
Not good.
Yeah. Instead of coming back in to see us, instead of calling us on the phone, of course, they panic button and go to the ER. Okay?
Go to the ER.
Go to the ER.
We're here. I got a problem with my cornea and my retina and my it's spreading.
Well, the ER has, God bless them, they didn't have an eye doctor handy. And so they just, we don't know, oh my gosh, this is a problem. So the poor lady was in pain longer than she needed to be. Okay. And she had some damage to her eye that she didn't need to have.
Okay.
But the people that can fix it, the people that knew what was going on, nobody contacted them, i.e. us. Open 7 days a week, doctors on call 24/7, quick phone call, problems fixable, let's move on in life.
Right.
So they wait another, and she's in a lot of pain. So then they finally get her into an eye specialist, right?
Right.
Who, I'm telling you what, folks, it's a thing called competition. Some of your competitors are going to be nice and play fun and play fairly, and some of them are just going to be downright just mean.
Very Darth Vader-esque.
Very mean and nasty, and if they got an opportunity to put you under the bus, they're going to put you under the bus.
And I go, oh, so you went over to Dr. Robert Zellner's.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, there's 3 things I know about him. One is he hates his customers. The second is he hates people. And the third is he hates the
And
customers.
we're purposely trying to hurt people.
Who are people?
No, that's a not joke. So then he gets her fixed up, and he just gets her revved up that she was just treated so poorly. And of course,
So poorly.
She doesn't know him, and she's listening to this man, and God bless him. I've forgiven him and moved on in life. But so this lady's daughter calls my office and says, "Listen, you need to pay, boom, 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 boom. You need to pay all this money because it's your guys' fault."
It's absolutely your fault. You ruined my mom's life.
And for once in my life, I wasn't the lover and I was the fighter.
Oh,
and
no.
I just got to own up to it. I should have been the lover. I should have said, you know what? You're right. Let's fix this quickly. And I said, it really wasn't our fault. And you should have done X, Y, Z. And the hospital should have called us. And why weren't we? And so I fought.
You got pretty intense.
I got pretty intense. And you know what she did?
I'm going to go with sued you.
Yeah, they went out and found a lawyer.
Oh,
Who works on what they call contingency.
those are fun guys.
Fun guys. And next thing I know, I get served a lawsuit. And I'm like, this could have all been prevented. So then what happens is as an optometrist or a physician out there, you have what they call insurance, medical malpractice insurance.
Insurance.
And so guess what? Here again, I don't get to drive the boat on it. An insurance company steps in and says, well, this is our money now. It's our problem now. We're going to step into this. And now you're out of the equation, and it's our money and it's our liability now. It's our money out of our pocket. You've paid us your premium. So now we're going to handle this, right?
We are going to get involved here. That's Smith. That's Hutch. We're Smith and Hutch. We're here to help you.
Smith and Hutch. Yeah.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
And then what they said is, listen, due to the cost of litigation,
The cost.
and to the cost of attorneys and the whole depositions and going back and forth and all
our
this and all
lunch
that.
at the Wild Fork, which is very good.
We're just going to go ahead and settle with her for X amount of dollars. And I looked at them and I said, why?
Why?
You're just being an idiot. You don't have to.
Because we thought about it over our expensive lunch,
Because
which,
this
by
is
the
the
way,
way
you
we
have
do-
to pay for.
Yes, this is the way we do business. And they ended up giving her, this lady, which of course her attorneys took a big chunk of it, but they ended up giving her a lot more than they wanted from me from day one. And you might say to yourself, gosh, you were kind of an idiot then. And I said, and I'm Thrive Nation, you're listening to me right now, and I will admit I was a fighter, not a lover, didn't take my own advice. But you know what? I can't affect yesterday, but I can sure affect tomorrow.
Now, Kat, I want to ask you this, Kat, as you're kind of hearing Dr. Z share this story. What is your process? Because you guys are known, you have great reviews on Google, unbelievable reviews on Facebook. People all over the world love those Barbie cookies. They go to barbiecookies.com and they just go, that flavor is so good. But occasionally, I'm sure, maybe not you, but I'm sure somebody in your business at one point has made a mistake. What is your process for handling a mistake or a customer complaint?
We choose to be lovers, not fighters.
Kat,
that is a fact.
I'm going to give you a hug.
Very professional hug is happening here on Facebook
Little
Live.
sideways little Facebook Live hug.
So honestly, the customer always comes first.
Ooh.
Every time. In fact, a problem came up last week, and it wasn't our fault. A package was lost through one of our local carriers, whose name I will not mention.
Yeah.
And a sweet lady called me from Oklahoma City and said, Kat, my son's birthday is tomorrow, and we don't have our cookies.
Oh, boy.
And this is the 3rd year in a row they've requested Barbie cookies for their birthday. And so I called the carrier and said, excuse me, this is the tracking number. Where are the cookies? We don't know where the cookies are.
I have no idea where they are.
Them. Our carrier ate them.
Yes. So here it is. It's Friday afternoon. The twin boys, their birthday is the next day, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So we drove the cookies to Oklahoma City.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
did?
we did.
Really?
We drove the cookies to Oklahoma City Friday night. Thank you, Cole Stacy. And those little guys had their birthday cookies. So was it our fault, Dr. Z?
No.
No, it wasn't our fault.
Nope.
But we made it right.
Now, Thrivers, I'm just going to tell you this right now. When you work super hard to start and grow a business, I know that you take pride of handling things the right way. But here's what's going to happen. There's 2 things. They're very predictable. I've done business coaching for years. They're very predictable. And they're going to happen as your business grows. One, you're going to hire more people, which means that people who are not you are going to be dealing with customer complaints. So people who are not you are going to be dealing with the complaints. And two is as you make more money, you're going to have less time. And compassion, check it out. Compassion, someone should write that down. Compassion requires time. So see, now in the urgency of the moment and the speed, you're going faster and faster as your business is growing, you might make a harsh decision. So I want you to do right now as an action item is go ahead and get out a sheet of paper and go ahead and write down how you're going to handle customer complaints in the calm moment called right now. Go ahead and do it. I mean, do it during the commercial break. Write it down. Write down. This is how we're going to handle it. And you know, at Southwest Airlines, they've done that. And they've told their staff, this is how we're going to, if for some reason someone's flight is canceled or something is delayed, this is the autonomy that you have as a front desk person. These are the rules. These are the things you can do. Disney World has done that. Elephant in the room, we've done that, but you've got to do it because otherwise as an owner, your team's going to call you about once a week with a problem and you're going to be really busy and you're going to make a harsh and rash decision that's not the right one. So go ahead and take the time out right now. Z, why is it so important that you take the time, my friend, to write down how you want your teammates to handle complaints?
Well, you don't really have to write it down. I mean, you tell someone and 6 months later, they should be able to remember everything you told them.
Absolutely. That's why the Bible was not written down. Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
I need to recheck my facts.
You have to write it down because here's the deal. You want it to be the same over and over and over. And 6 months later, you may have gone through now 2 or 3 people are doing it. And if you're waiting for people to kind of tell the story, here's what we do. Now you tell the next person. And then you tell the next person. Guess what? Something's going to get lost in translation. Always does. So write it down. Get it in your manual, your checklist, your little book, your little happy place to go to. Oh yes, I don't know how to deal with the problem, but I know where to go find the answer to dealing with the problem. Excuse me, 1 minute, ma'am. You go flip. Oh yes, and this is what I do. I give you Barbie cookies. Thank you. There you go. And everything's better.
What do you say to the entrepreneur who says, listen, at Oswald's Bagels, we've never written anything down for 25 years. I make every bagel myself. I don't need to write stuff down. It's Oswald's Bagels. Remember, what would you say?
I would say, Oswald, that's why you're the only one working, and that's why you never get a day off, and that's why you don't make much money.
That's right, Oswald. When we come back, we're going to be getting into rule number 8. Rule number 8. What is it? We will tell you when we come back. Oswald's Bagels.
This show's episode is brought to you by Moz.com. If you have ever considered the World Wide Web as a viable strategy for your business, you gotta check out this tool. Online marketing is complicated, but Moz software makes it easy. Companies like 99 Designs, Otterbox, and Aaron's, they all use Moz because it works. Explore organic search keywords for your business, research Bing and Google search results for your targeted keywords, and link up Moz Local and Google My Business. Seriously, this tool is crazy powerful with the clarity it brings to online marketing for your business. Even if you're just curious, start a 30-day trial with Moz.com today. It's a game changer for your business. Moz.com, MOZ.com.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
All right, Thrive Nation, you are in for an audio treat today. We have the incredible co-founder, the founder of Barbie Cookies, Miss Kat Graham on the show, and Dr. Robert Zellner on the show. It is an all-star show. It's a main event. But before we get too deep into Dr. Z's 10 business rules, and by the way, these are, you want to write each and every one of these down, the 10 business rules. And if you missed yesterday's show, we went through rules number 1 through 5. You can go to thrivetimeshow.com and listen to it again. You can find those rules. But today we're going to be going from rule number 6 through 10. But before we get into that, Kat Graham, can you just tell the listeners out there, some people are out there looking for a last-minute Christmas gift. Right now they're going, oh no, the countdown has begun. I must get a Christmas gift, and it must be classy, and it must be good. Kat Graham, why are Barbie cookies the perfect Christmas gift?
Because they're, number one, they're delicious, and people recognize the box. When you take a box to a client or neighbor or a friend, and they see the Barbie cookie box and they see the blue tulle that's normally wrapped around that box, they know that you went to care and an expense to purchase that box of cookies, and give that as a gift.
See, could you explain to the listeners? I know it's hard to explain, but could you explain the profundity of the flavor fabulousness that went on inside your mouth when you had that cinnamon roll cookie? I mean, what was going on there? That laser show.
It was like an explosion of wonderful. It was like a leprechaun rode in on a unicorn.
Oh, wow.
And took a wand and just smacked me on my tongue and then gave me a pot of gold and rode off.
That's what it was like.
That's basically what happened.
That's what it's like. And Kat,
endorphins, dopamine firing off in my brain.
If I'm listening, Kat, right now, and I want to get the endorphins, the dopamine, I want to get the leprechaun, I want to get the unicorn, I want to try the Barbie cookies, where can I go to do this?
So you just come to the Renaissance Shopping Center, 83rd and Memorial. Barbie cookies were on the end cap.
83rd and Memorial. Now, Thrivers, I'm going to tell you what. Here's I'm going to plan the perfect afternoon for you right now.
Here we go.
Step 1. Get over there to Oklahoma Joe's Barbecue.
Oh,
get those baked beans.
Burnt ends.
Get the burnt ends. Get the baked beans, and then immediately drive over to Barbie Cookies. Get over to Barbie Cookies. Be the office hero. Buy a box that rocks for your entire office team. Then go to Thrivetime show. Listen to this today's show 5 or 6 times until your brain explodes, because you need to learn these moves. Rule number 7 was be a pig in the mud. Basically, make your office environment an environment that you want to go to, a place where if you were a pig, you would love being in the mud. Make your office environment a place that you are passionate and excited about going to. Now, rule number 8 is we're talking about being pig-headed here, Z, and don't be a fool. What do you mean when you say pig-headed, don't be a fool? Talk to me about it.
Merriam-Webster, it's kind of a thing since 1828.
Okay.
Defines pig-headed as willfully or perversely unyielding.
Unyielding.
Now,
thank you, Webster.
Examples of this in a sentence would be the kind of pig-headed person who seems to believe that facts only confuse an issue. If you are a general and you have an army and you're going to war,
okay.
By the way, which is not too far off if you're an entrepreneur and you have a business. Oh, by the way, okay?
Yeah.
Every great general in the history of great generals had what they called a war council.
War council.
Follow me with this now.
I'm following you.
Okay. And so what that means is that there's a certain amount of bravado that comes with being the business owner of, I'm doing it my way, this is my thing, and I'm going forward with it.
I did it my way.
But the day you don't listen to suggestions, the day that you become pig-headed to the point of a great story the other day on the show, maybe it was Friday, it could have been Thursday show.
I should have blacked it out.
Just listen to them all, but Clay had a perfect example of being pig-headed as a business owner, and I picked on me in the earlier segment.
No, you got to pick on me. This is why it's an emotional dark place.
So the move back in the day was the Yellow Pages.
They were huge.
And so you sometimes would change the name of your business, or you'd start it with an A so you could be first.
A+ Automotive.
Yes. And then what you would do is the size of your ad, the bigger ads came first.
A
right?
listing. It's called A listing.
Yes. And so, if you got a half page and you want to beat him in the phone book, you'd go to a full page, right?
Full page.
Full
baby.
page. Yeah, boom. Then you go to 2-page, boom. Then you go to the back page, boom. Then you go with a little sticky thing on the front of the Yellow Page.
I got the sticky thing on the front. I'm like a freaking genius. Boom.
I got that. Yeah, I'm trying to beat that.
I'm a DUI guy. You want to get a DUI? You see me on the front of the phone book. Boom. I'm going to stick a right on the front of the phone book. Boom.
And then years later, back in the early 2000s, one of Clay's employees said, "Hey, boss, there's a thing called the internet and like websites."
Listen
and, like,
here,
Google
Josh.
search.
I got the sticker on the front of the phone book. Boom. Game over.
And Clay was pig-headed. He was unwielding. He did not listen to counsel or suggestions. And so he said, that's not a thing.
The internet's never going to catch on,
I
bro.
got my thing. And so then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, guess what happened? Sales go off the cliff. In other words, they go down. That's not good.
I swear, Josh, the sales are going down because of your negativity, not because of the internet.
And then finally, before the whole thing ended up in a bloody mess of wreckage and carnage and what we call closed down business, Clay finally saw the light. And he said, you know what? Maybe we need to get a website. Maybe we need to do some search engine optimization. Oh, by the way, we covered that on Friday's show of last week.
Yep.
Listen to it. Great show. We need to embrace this new technology. We need to change with the times. But I built my business on this. I
was the king of the Yellow Pages. I would get a free dinner once a year at any sushi place I wanted with my ad rep.
I don't care if
we had a thing. Boom.
I don't care if gluten-free is a thing. I don't care if organics. I don't even know what that is. I'm just going to make. So you gotta be flexible. You gotta listen to suggestions. And I see business owners that don't do that. They don't listen to their own world counsel. One, they don't have one, and two, they don't listen to them. You know, when at the bank, we had a board of directors that, would advise and talk and go through stuff, And so the guy, Sean Copeland, the CEO of Regent Bank, would listen to them, follow the instructions, follow the direction. That was his work counsel.
I want to argue with you real quick because I think there's someone listening right now who doesn't quite. I want to make sure we're getting this. You want to listen to the customers.
Yes.
You don't want to listen to the newest person you just hired at the lowest level who works in the position.
No, he's not. He shouldn't be on your wool council.
Right.
He's not one of your
Okay,
advisors.
I just want to make sure we're getting
yeah. No, let's fight about it.
So
Here, Kat, move out of the way. We got to fight.
I'm just making sure we're getting this here. Because some people are going, so you do want to listen to your counsel, but I guess who should be in your counsel, my man? Who should be in there?
Your inner circle. As a business owner, as you grow your business, not every one of your... I know that's going to sound mean. I don't want to sound mean. Not every one of your employees should have access to you. I know. You should have no more than 12, and until you've really grown big, it should be more like 4, 5, or 6, okay? Maybe even 3 or 4 that have full access to you. And then they have 3, 4, 5, or 6 that have access to them, and you set up a hierarchy within your organization. But not every single person should have. Is that mean?
I'll tell you this. It sounds a little bit mean, but I'm going to tell you this because Kat Graham listens to her customers over there at Barbie Cookies. When we come back, she's going to list off just a few of the enhancements, the improvements, some of the new flavors, some of the things that she's added since day one. Because when she started, she had a certain number of cookies and a certain number of flavors. But now she's built the ultimate dojo of cookie mojo there at 83rd and Memorial.
I like that.
And she's been listening to those customers. She's been listening to you. And she
has not been pig-headed.
Right.
She's listened to suggestions.
But not from everybody, just from you, the loyal customers.
Well, that's a key one to listen to, And she has like her key baker, and her key baker says, why don't we try this? I think we can build a better mousetrap this way. A good business owner, a good entrepreneur listens to that, and then they make, They analyze the situation, and they're decisive, and they make a decision.
You mean they get all the facts and they act? They make a decision?
Yes.
Maybe. Thrivers, stay tuned. We come back. Thrivetime Show.
Right now, how are you taking credit card payments for your business? It's never been faster or easier to begin taking credit card payments for your business than with Square. You know the little white square that plugs into your phone's headphone jack? It's awesome. This payment app is great for businesses such as food trucks, beauty salons, and retail shops. The users receive a small portable card reader that they can attach to a phone or other mobile device to take fast and convenient payments. The way it works is that it subtracts 2.75% of every time a card is run, and it does it automatically. So if you sell a sandwich for $20, you'll see a net gain of $19.45 in your bank account the next day. If you enter the card by hand, it costs 3.5% plus 15 cents on top of that. They encrypt everything so you know you're secure. They make it super clear to start and even offer bonuses for sharing with friends. So you can learn more at squareup.com. It's free to download and works on all devices and operating systems. So make sure that you go visit squareup.com.
Live, local, now. You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Hello, Thrive Nation. My name is Clay Clark. I am joining you here on the Inspiration Superstation, Talk Radio 1170, where it's the Thrivetime Show, your audio dojo of mojo. We were just listening to some Michael Jack, and now we're back. That's Dr. Robert Zellner. My name is Clay Clark, and to my right, we have a very special guest. She is perhaps the queen of cookies. She is the lady who is bringing more flavor to Tulsa than any other woman. I mean, really, she is Tulsa's Betty Crocker on steroids. It is Miss Kat Graham. How are you, ma'am?
Doing wonderful. Thanks, Clay.
You know what Kat is?
What is Kat?
She's Tulsa's sugar mama.
Oh, wow. Now,
she's bringing the sugar in the box that rocks.
I'm going to say this, and I'm not just saying this to hype up Kat. I'm going to say this. Her business, she had these great cookies. And now that she's begun to market the cookies, and basically people are hearing about the cookies, Kat, would you agree that once people try the cookies one time, that it's game over? They come back.
Yes.
I mean, that's the thing, right?
Sure.
Then you have samples though, right there.
We do.
Okay, so 83rd Memorial, you have samples available.
Correct. Yes.
So if you're listening right now, I want you to take the Kat Graham Barbie Cookie Challenge. Here's how it works. You go over there to Barbie Cookies, and if you'll buy a dozen cookies as a Christmas gift, my name is Clay Clark, so hold me accountable. I'm going to provide you with a free copy of my most recent book called Thrive. And it is funny, it's hilarious, you're going to like it, and it's included with, so you just go get the dozen cookies over there. She'll take care of that part. Then come over here to the Thrive15.com world headquarters, and we'll give you a new copy of my book, Thrive. I'm telling you, it's going to be good stuff. It's great cookies, great things you can learn. It's all available right there. But, Kat, talk to me about the flavor, Kat. The flavor. Why is the flavor so good, Kat?
The flavor is so good because we use fine ingredients. We have great recipes, and we bake what people love.
Now, Z was teaching us his rule number 8, which is you don't want to be too pig-headed. You want to listen to the customer, listen to your counsel, and you want to pivot as needed. So when you started out Barbie Cookies, from the time you started it until now, what are some of the changes that you've made as a result of listening to the changing needs of your customers?
Well, one significant change was providing gluten-free cookies for customers.
Gluten-free cookies?
Yes. And I'll tell you, Clay, that was not on my radar. When I went into business, I was not thinking, how can I provide the best gluten-free cookies to Tulsans and great Americans all over the country. It just wasn't in my wheelhouse. But after several years of people saying, hey, Kat, are you going to make gluten-free cookies at any point? I finally caught on and thought, hey, I thought these customers are really wanting gluten-free cookies. I need to spend some Sunday afternoons doing a little R&D and providing those for them. So that's what we've done.
And I've also noticed that your decor of your new bakery, you've been there for about 2 years now, maybe year and a half?
Year and a half, yes.
It is significantly upgraded, changed, enhanced from your previous location.
Correct.
What are some of the neat visual accoutrements or some of the neat features they can find inside your new bakery that maybe you didn't have in your old bakery?
Well, in the new bakery, we have what I call like a shabby chic farmhouse look where we've used reclaimed lumber, beautiful white quartz countertops, beautiful cabinetry, just to give a warm grandma's home kind of feel.
That's beautiful. Now, again, Thrivers, go to 83rd Memorial. Get on over there to Barbie Cookies. Now, Z, we're getting into rule number 9. The 3 little pigs, the 3 legs of advertising. Talk to me, Goose. Z, talk to me. Talk to me.
Well, I'm writing a book called The Business Pig. And if you get on our website, the thrivetimeshow.com, where, yes, you can listen to all the shows we've recorded as many times as you want and take copious notes and then redo it and go, oh, I missed that the first 12 times I listened to it. You can listen to it. But when you pull up that website, it's kind of funny. There's a picture of Clay on the left side, and he's about half robotic because he's a combination of a cyborg from some planet with human flesh. It's complicated. We're not sure.
Claytron.
So Claytron. And then I'm over the right-hand side, and I have a pig in front of me. And my friends are always saying, is that purposeful? Is that a new business? Typo? What is, are you a pig farmer? No, all my 10 business principles plus the bonus 11 you'll get today, if you hang in there and listen to the show, all deal with farm yard analogies about pigs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of my move.
Now, Z, I'm excited about. We're very close to pulling the trigger on a couple billboards, and I'm telling you, then you can start to see the faces that were made for radio, right? People can see it. They're going to see that pig all over Tulsa.
We'll dark those out. But the 3 pig story goes something like this. Once upon a time, there's an old mother pig who had 3 little pigs and not enough food to feed them. So when they were old enough, she sent them out to the world to seek their fortunes. Okay. And everybody listening right now, well, at least probably about 6 out of 10, you're thinking, I want to get out there and seek my fortune. I want to do my own business. I want to be an entrepreneur. And this show is for you. So you, in this story, are one of the little pigs being sent out to seek your fortune. Okay. Right? All right. So the first little pig was very lazy.
Very lazy.
And that happens with entrepreneurs sometimes. He didn't want to work at all, and he built his house out of straw.
I just want to build my house out of straw because it's easy.
Yes. The second little pig worked a little bit harder, but he was somewhat lazy too, and he just built his house out of sticks.
I just want to build it out of sticks because I have some sticks readily available.
And then the best part is then they sang and danced and played together the rest of the day.
Okay.
They did not have a good work ethic.
They did not have a good work ethic.
The third little pig worked hard all day and built his house with bricks. It was a sturdy house, complete with a fine fireplace and chimney. It looked like it would stand the strongest winds. Because here's what happens. As we know the rest of the story, you know the story. You've heard it many times as a kid. Then the wolf comes along. And what is the wolf in this story? The wolf is your competition.
Oh, come on now.
The wolf is your competition. The wolf is, and you know what that wolf might have been, like one of your buddies earlier on, like Clay and myself. I've had doctors leave me and started other practices. Now they compete against me. Clay's had guys that have left and taken his list and bought us the same speakers and the same fog machines and gone out there and tried to out DJ him in the competition. So the wolf could be someone that's actually very close to you. I mean, Kat, you could have someone at some time leave and now they're going to set up Mickey's cookies, or Billy's cookies.
Billy's cookies.
Let's hope not.
Billy's cookies.
They could do it. And that's the wolf. The wolf is the competition, whether you know them or not.
Yep.
And marketing is always a key component to any business, all right? And we have a theory here at Thrive15.com that you don't want to rely on just one avenue of marketing.
Right.
One avenue of advertising. And you see, the first pig, it was just straw. And really used straw to make bricks, by the way. But they didn't complete the process, and they just had one angle, okay? Second pig, same thing, just sticks. Well, the third one, though, had a component, had multiple avenues, multiple legs. We call it the three-legged stool here at Thrive 15.
Yep.
Where we encourage entrepreneurs to have three areas of advertising.
All
right?
going simultaneously.
Yes, that's the key. All going simultaneously with a call to action, a great message, professionally done, well placed to your target audience. We have all the training on that on Thrive15.com, right? But the angle here is you've got to advertise, and you can't be lazy and you sing and dance around and do one thing and expect that to build your business.
I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're listening to us right now and you're going, okay, what's an example? Well, for Elephant in the Room, we do not stop with search engine optimization. Every single month we invest in search engine optimization. That's leg number one. Leg number two, we do targeted online ads. The ads that follow you around the internet that show up in Facebook and that kind of thing. And the third is we put out those $1 signs that say $1 for your first haircut. And we look at our pie chart and we go, 90% of our business is from word of mouth. I know, but we got to get new people in because those new people will then tell their new social circles and we grow. But you've got to have a three-legged marketing stool. You got to have a three-legged marketing system. So if you're listening right now, during the break, I want you to go ahead and write down what are the three avenues of marketing that your business is using or could be using to build a balanced approach to successfully advertising and marketing your business. Stay tuned. Rule number 10.
Are you looking to start or grow a business? Then you are definitely going to have problems and questions along the way. You will find the answers to all of your business questions at Thrive15.com. Thrive15.com provides online video-based business training taught by millionaires and successful entrepreneurs for less than $1 per day. That's less than your daily coffee budget. It's no classrooms, no get-rich-quick seminars. These are trainings broken into 15-minute segments that get you the answers that you need. It's business school without the BS. I dare you to try a 7-day free trial. Simply go to Thrive15.com, and the first 100 people will also receive a free downloadable for how to optimize your website. So stop wasting your time and money. Go to Thrive15.com and get your business questions answered now.
You're listening to the Thrivetime Show on Talk Radio 1170.
Hello, Thrive Nation. Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show during your afternoon. And I'm telling you what, we have got a final incredible segment of the show here today. You are not going to want to touch that dial. Dr. Z is now going to be breaking down his rule number 10 in business. You see, he's been in business as a successful entrepreneur for 25 years, not just in the industry of optometry, but in banking, in the horse breeding industry, the niche there. He's been successful in the durable medical equipment niche, in a sleep center. He's been involved in extermination. Are you involved in extermination? Is this a real thing? Are you now involved in the extermination
my
business?
brother. I help coach and mentor my brother. Now he has Zellner Exterminating. I've got another brother, a successful business. He has Zellner Chiropractic. He's trying to figure out a name for his business. I said, dude, your last name's Zellner. I spent a lot of money in making that name, more known than not in this town. Use it. You can use it. He's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
So
mentor, coach, but I've got the Sleep Center, the DME companies, the auto auction, the blah blah blah.
A lot of
but
things.
Anyway, the thing about it is we don't just read a book and regurgitate that back to you. We've lived the life. We've made the mistakes. We've been the mentors. We've been the mentees. Is that the word? Yeah, we've done it all. We've done it all, and we're using our life lessons and practical business steps to help coach you up so you don't make the same mistakes.
And I'm going to say this real quick before we get into this final, this 10th move, this 10th rule, is we're honored to have a very special guest on the show today, Miss Kat Graham of Barbie Cookies. Miss Kat, how are you?
Doing great. Thanks, Clay.
Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to brag on Kat because Kat, by the way, just turned 22, I think, last week here. So Kat's going to be, after Barbie Cookies, she's opened her second location. But after she franchises that beast and it grows, the principles that you have learned to build Barbie Cookies, I promise you could come into Epic Photography, my business, and you could grow that. And that's why I've been successful in the party rental business and wedding photography and an advertising agency and a haircut business, and you've been successful in banking. Every business is the same. There's these 13 proven moves that work over and over and over, but there are these 10 business rules, these profound principles that Dr. Z has taken the time to distill because he's seen predictable patterns. He's seen these consistent things happen over and over. And if you learn these 10 rules, it makes it very easy to operate your business and make those decisions on a daily basis. So rule number 10 is pig advice. Z, what is pig advice?
Well, here's the deal in business. I tell you what, if you are a successful person in your personal life, if you are happy in your personal life, you're more likely to be successful in your business life.
Oh, come on now.
And there's some things about being a well-rounded person, having a person that enjoys life and enjoys their friendships and enjoys their family and is what we call a well-rounded person.
The kind of guy who could enjoy the free mints they provide at the Olive Garden.
I mean, we're not here at Thrive15.com. We don't just teach you how to be the soup Nazi.
No soup for you. No soup for you.
Remember the show on Seinfeld? He had a line out the door of a soup shop.
Yeah.
And he would sit there and serve soup. And if someone offended him while they were in line, he'd say, no soup for you, right? No soup for you. Get out of line,
Exactly.
So he had a successful business. But he wasn't the kind of person that I think he wanted to spend the afternoon with. You're like, hey, soup nuts, let's go down and get a beer and watch the football game at Buffalo Wild Wings. That wasn't the guy. And so part of our coaching here at Thrive15.com is not just business, but it's also just living life and living life well.
I tell you what, I'm going to officially make the change. We're now calling it the F6 and not the F5. Because we want to teach you how to have a successful, we want you to be successful in these 6 areas. 1 is faith.
Yes.
2 is family.
Boom.
3rd is finances.
Boom.
4th is friendships. 5 is fitness. And 6, this just in from our home office. Now it's official. It is
fun. Yes, a well-rounded person is a much more enjoyable person. You're a much better leader. You've got a better handle on things. You take problems in business much easier. You deal with things. And I tell you what, you overall will be a better business person. So this last one's kind of a fun play on the whole kind of being a pig. The whole book's kind of written on, pig analogies, pig stories,
This is from Dr. Z's upcoming book, The Business Pig.
So if a pig were to give you advice, pig advice.
Here we go.
The pig would tell you something like this. It'd say, eat well.
Eat well.
Because that's all we see the pig eating, And then I'll say, keep your snout clean.
What does that mean?
That means keep your nose out of other people's business. Don't gossip. Don't spread stuff.
Hey, Z, I was going through your drawer there in your desk, and I found, I wasn't weird. I was just going through your emails. I was just digging through your Facebook. I noticed you were logged on. I just tried to get in there. And
like in our family, we have a rule of thumb. If one of my brothers calls me and wants to find out about one of my other brothers, I say, well, we'll call him. Oh, that just happened.
Back to you, Z.
Yeah, keep your snout clean. Keep it up. Don't never squeal on your friends. That kind of goes along with that, In other words, don't be a squeal on your friends, okay?
Okay.
Another thing, a pig is very curious. I think in life you go through and you're curious. If as an entrepreneur, just like Kat was saying earlier about being curious, and I love that she said, you know what I did? I took several Sundays and I got curious on how to make a gluten-free cookie because that's what people wanted. And so I was like, can I do that? That's a curiosity. And so then she worked on it, and you got it figured out. Now you have a wonderful gluten-free cookie.
I'm curious. Kat, what is your number one most popular cookie? The one that every time people have the cookie, they go, oh, Billy.
That would definitely be Haley's Heavenly Cinnamon Roll Cookie.
Haley's Heavenly Cinnamon
That's
Roll
what
cookie.
I had today.
Why do people have to have this, Kat? What is the deal? What is so magical about this cookie?
It's just so delicious.
So if someone wants to get their hands on these cookies for the holidays as a great Christmas gift for their family, last-minute Christmas gift idea, how can they get a hold of you? Where can they find these cookies?
They can come to the bakery at 83rd and Memorial. They can go online to barbiecookies.com. They can shoot us an email at sales@barbiecookies.com.
Z, I'm telling you what, we're getting some great advice from Kat, some great advice from you. What's the next bit of the pig advice, my friend?
Well, a pig would tell you to ham it up. Have some, ham it up, have a little fun. That's what we do, ham it up. And also, a pig would tell you, don't wallow in life's difficulties. The glass is half full, not half empty. Don't focus on the problems. Let's go ahead and get the solution to it and be happy and move forward in life, okay? And then also the last one is kind of our fun thing is to go hog wild. That's what a pig would take. Go hog wild. Woo! Hoggy, hog. And I have two of my favorite pig quotes.
Okay.
I can't end the show without these two favorite
pig quotes. This just in from our home office.
And one of them is from one of my favorite men in history, and that's Winston Churchill.
Okay. This is the prime minister who basically stood up to Adolf Hitler during World War II. Kind of a big deal.
Kind of a big deal. But he says, I'm fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down to us.
How?
Pigs treat us as equals. I like that.
You like that? It's got a little nutty bite to it.
Yes. And George Bernard Shaw says this. Says, never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it.
Oh. That right. You can marinate on that for a couple hours right there.
Yeah, we do a whole show on that one.
Well, here's the deal, Thrivers. We've got 4 things that you can do right now. You've been exposed to the 10 business rules of Dr. Z. You have 4 moves you can do right now. Move number 1 is you could do nothing.
Yes, you could do nothing.
And a lot of people do. In fact, according to any data that's out there, but specifically, I encourage you to Google this right now and check it out. According to CNN Money, 59% of Americans do not believe the American dream is possible and are doing nothing to attempt to achieve it.
Nothing.
59%. They're going, it's not possible. I'm not doing anything. That's just life. That's the way it is.
Breaks my heart.
Not good. So
Breaks my heart.
we have an unbelievable opportunity as Americans to go out there and to start and grow a business. You can turn your idea. Kat, you were a school teacher, and now you're opening up your second bakery. How exciting.
It's very exciting.
How many weeks until you open up the second one?
About 8.
8. Are you kind of scared?
Yes, of course.
Okay, all right. I'm excited. All right, now the second thing you could do here, Thrivers, is you could go to Thrive15.com. It is the world's best business school. And by the way, instead of being like $25,000 a year to go to business school, it's like $20 a month. It's $19 a month. And if you can't afford it, we have a scholarship program for you. And Z, if you're in the military, what do we have for you?
Everybody that signs up and pays the full price, which is only $19 a month.
Yeah, $19.
We're going to give you a free membership to any military, and that is active or inactive, past military service. You can get on there and apply for that, and we will give you that as soon as we get. We've got a couple of them in the queue, so we need some people to sign up at the $19 because we have a few military people out there going, I want my free membership. Because the studies came out and said that when they get out of the military, they're woefully prepared for life in the business world. So that's unfortunate, and we're helping change that with our free scholarship program for the military.
Now, move number 3 is you could sign up for a Thrive15.com in-person workshop.
In person?
It's right here in Jinx, America, on the left coast of the Arkansas River in a 20,000 square foot facility. You come over here, we're going to teach you time management, sales, search engine optimization. It's 7.5 hours a day for 2 days in a row, and we have a scholarship program available as well. It is the world's best business workshop ever. I'm telling you, I wish I would have had this when I was starting my first businesses. And move number 4 is you can sign up for now in-person, one-on-one business coaching. We've distilled Dr. Z and Z and I have teamed up together to make our 13-point business system now so repeatable, so duplicable that anybody can do it. And I tell you what, one more thing you could do. One more thing you should do. You should tell your family that you love them by getting over there to Barbie Cookies, Z.
Oh, a box of good. I tell you, you bring in a box of Barbie cookies into the house, and you know what? You just bring in love.
Kat, what's your website? Where can people find out more about Barbie Cookies?
Barbiecookies.com, Clay.
Barbiecookies.com. And Z, as always, my friend, 3, 2, 1, boom!